On the vlog again. Just can't wait to do a vlog again. The life I love is making vlogs for my friends, and I can't wait to do a vlog again. Doing a vlog again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again. And I can't wait to do a vlog again. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Top Vloggers. As always, I am High and Mighty Joe, your host, hanging out with my lovely co-host,
the lovely cat.
And boy, she is lovely. We are headed to the Arby's to speak with Robert about his ordeal, his situation, his health issues, and how apparently I saved his life. Really what I did was I called 911, but we're gonna let him tell his story here in just a few minutes. So we're gonna start heading up to Arby's and we'll talk to Robert, and it should be a fun and exciting time. Let's get going. Okay, this is the same way we took going to drop Kat off at Wendy's, which is where Kat worked at the time. And as you can see, the Arby's is just right up there. And the Walmart is on the other side of that. There's a Sonic, and then there's a Jack in the Box, and then there's a Walmart. So we went to the Walmart, we got some donuts, we were headed back this direction to go back to the RV that we had at the time, and then we come up to the Arby's. Alright, Kat and Aaron are putting on their masks. We were headed this direction. He yelled help. I looked over. On the other side of that white car, of course there was no white car there at the time. It was just the door. And then he yelled help again. And that's when Aaron and I went over there and helped the poor gentleman out. So let's go talk to Robert and find out exactly what happened to him. You know, what do you want me to do? And you're like, I don't know. Call 911. And I was like, okay. I was like, I can do that. So I broke out my phone just like this and called 911. So
yeah, well, what happened was that morning, it was Saturday, March 7th. I got up, I took the bus to work, went and got my energy drinks and my coffee like I usually do. I came to work and I started, feeling a little, uneasy about things, like, just general overall. I thought it was just morning lag,
Right.
Get in here, I do my little thing. About 5 minutes later, I start to really not feel good. Okay, all right, this isn't normal. Sit down in my office chair, and I'm sitting there. So
and that would be the black office chair.
Yeah.
So Aaron said he goes, it's a black chair. He goes, he was sitting in a black chair.
Yeah. So I sit right here, and we have an alarm. So I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, something's really not right. So I'm really not feeling good. So I prop the door open, I set the chair there, and I hit the alarm button, and it takes a little bit to go off. And I remember trying to call somebody to get somebody over here to open the store. That was about it.
Yeah, you said you had called somebody and they were like 2 hours away or something. Yeah. They'd be about 2 hours, and I was like, well, shit. I was like, he might be dead. 2 hours.
Well, that was kind of the case.
Like, so we need to get some help here.
So once all that transpired, and after I made those phone calls and I sat down, that's it. That's all I remember about that morning. Well, come to find out, I had suffered an aortic dissection from an aneurysm on my heart. It took out the base of my aortic valve, connecting my heart to my aortic valve, which is the main valve in your body that runs all the way. So I took it all the way out from right here to right here. Wow. It's the worst any doctor's ever seen in probably 37 years. I got to the hospital, I had no pulse, no nothing. I was gone. You know, so I woke up, it took, I think 12 hours. Well, 6-hour surgery, but it took 12 hours to get me there. So they replaced my aortic valve, which if you get close enough, you can actually hear it, if you want to hear it.
Oh yeah, you can.
You can hear it. It's ticked. It's like a watch.
Yeah.
Which really sucks. Which really sucks when you're trying to read.
I was gonna say, or sleep probably too.
No, sleep is pretty cool. You know, it's usually like ambient sound.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah. So I woke up right after the surgery, about 4 hours later. You know, I gave everyone a thumbs up, and that was it again. So they decided that it was too strenuous for me, put me back to sleep, and I woke up again about another 2-3 days later. And in that time, I had suffered a stroke because of the aneurysm. So once the stroke took, that's when they put me back under. And then 24 hours after they put me back under, both my lungs collapsed. So
wow.
They had to resuscitate me again. So in total, I was in a medicated coma for probably 9-10 days. And after 29 days in the hospital, I finally wanted to go home. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, well, who doesn't want to go home after 29 days?
I miss my wife, I miss my kids, you know, and they were like, okay, well, if you could walk, you know, we'll let you. Man, it took everything I could to get up and walk. Like,
well, yeah, especially after 29 days.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just laying in the hospital bed.
Because your body's atrophying and everything else.
So I had it was like jello, like, you know, pins and needles, you know, trying to walk. You know, everything else worked, was great. You know, but just trying to get up was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. You know, and so I finally got up, walked, and they put me in home therapy, came home, you know, see my kids, see my wife, everything was great. And then probably 6 weeks after this ordeal happened, I came back. You know, I wanted to work. You know, that's what I'm used to. I've worked 2 jobs for like 10 years. So just not working was unheard of. So I went back to work, and then I started having complications because it was so early. So I had to take another extra 7 months off to actually get all these 15 doctors to clear me. And then now here we are, you know.
And so you're back to work now?
Yeah, I'm working, you know, there's my boss, my cook's car, you know, it's my day off, you know, and I'm back at it doing it, 2 jobs, you know, up and breathing. No.
And you said you had 7 children?
Yeah, I got 7 kids, 5 boys,
children.
2 girls.
Well,
yeah.
That is a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. You know, it was truly a blessing that everyone found me when they found me, because I was dead to the world, pretty much.
I don't know if you know this. I'm a huge Three's Company fan.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite shows of all time. And John Ritter, the star of Three's Company, died from the exact same thing that happened to you.
I remember hearing about that when he died.
And my wife said, too bad you couldn't have been there to save him too. And I was like, well, I'd save everybody if I could.
Right. Yeah, it was a truly life-changing experience, to be honest. You know, a lot of things changed for me. Got to eat a little bit more healthy. Stop drinking, stop smoking cigarettes. Well, stop moderate, you know, like 1 a day. But you know, everything's been just going smooth since then. You know, I take my medications every day, make sure that I don't do anything strenuous. You know, that's why I got my little smart watch for my heart rate, send it to my phone so that way I can keep track and send it to my doctors. You know, because you know,
because they want to know what you're doing and how much you're doing. And so now, are you still working both jobs or just one job?
Kind of. I kind of take it easy. I don't do the home remodeling in the mornings anymore. I'm just pretty much. You would think that this is more stressful, but it's not for me.
Right.
You know, I've been doing this 20 years. That's it. You know, but yeah, I do this at night. You know, and I just take it easy. You know, that's all I can do.
So it was kind of odd that you were here that morning. Then you normally work evenings?
Oh no. I was the assistant here, and then on the weekends I would open the store, so my boss's days off. So, you know, it was always, that was my routine.
Okay.
So it was just like I said, a life-changing experience.
Right.
I had doctors and nurses come in and tell me that they've never seen anyone survive what I survived. You know, and the survival rate for aortic dissection is 1 to 2%. You know, and this usually only happens to people in their 60s to 70 years old. You know, so for me, as young as I am, you know, for them to see what.
And
what
how old
happened.
are you?
I'm 39 now.
You're 39 now. Okay.
Yeah, you know, inside 70.
Right.
You know. But you know, at the end of the day, they said they've never seen it. You know, like I said, the nurses, the doctors, they would all come in and say, "You're a walking miracle. There's nothing about you that doesn't say miracle. You know what you went through." And it was truly a blessing. You know,
everyone just happened to be able to do their job right at the right moment and everything. And I dropped my wife off at the Wendy's. That's where she was working, 2 doors down, and we had went to the Walmart to get some donuts for breakfast. And we were just coming back from getting the donuts, and like I said, I never would have, expected that. You know what I mean?
Me
in a million years, somebody yelling for help and actually needing help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was definitely something, for us. I remember getting home with Aaron that day to the RV. We were living in an RV at the time, and I got there, and I told Aaron, I said, I don't know if that dude's gonna make it. I said, those ambulance people, I said, as soon as they got there, I said, they were all over him. You know what I mean? I said, and we just took around and went out.
Yeah.
And I said, it's we came back, me and Aaron and Kat, we come back probably 10-15 times to the RVs.
I've seen the reports.
I give them my number and say, hey, where is this guy? Is this a guy okay? I need to know. Like, talk to me here.
I did a lot of digging into that computer in there and found everything I needed to find. And when I found your number that night that I called you, I was like, man, it's a different area code. Maybe he's out of state. So I hope I'm not bothering him. I was like, you know what? I got to call.
Yeah.
I got to call.
We had just moved here. We probably December when we moved here, so March was what, 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
we hadn't been here very long, and like I said, we were just going back to get some donuts, and I happened to see you, and I was so glad that we could help. That we could help by calling 911. That which is really all we did. All we did was call 911. We didn't really save your life. They saved your life. We were an assistant. We assisted Michael Jordan and scored the points.
You know what? Still get a ring for the championship.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Because that morning, to be honest, my ticket should have been punched. And that's what I tell everybody. I'm on borrowed time. Everybody that I talk to, I just let them know, like, it's precious.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't leave my house without kissing my wife, because I don't know. And now it's a definite, with I'm feeling perfectly well and healthy now, but there's the off chance that something could still go wrong.
And no one ever thinks about that really until after something goes wrong.
Never.
You know what I mean? Then they start thinking about it, and they're like, oh man, this happened.
Yeah.
So maybe something else could happen. So I wanted to, like I said, personally come here and see you, and the people wanted to know your story and know exactly what happened to you. Like I said, that day was kind of crazy for us, and I'm sure it was a crazy day for you as well.
Yeah.
Well, for what you at least remember of the day, I assume most of it probably is, kind of a fog.
Yeah. The only thing I remember when I got to the hospital is the doctor told me that I wouldn't make it off the stable. That's it. And they wrote in my medical paperwork that I wouldn't last 24 hours. So when it came with everything it had.
Right.
And I had God by my side. That's it. I'm not a huge religious person. I don't go to church, but at the end of the day, I do have to put my life in the Lord's hands now, because I should have been gone.
Right. He saved you.
Yeah.
He saved you.
And
the miracle doctor.
If it wasn't for everyone that helped out that morning, I would have died right here.
Yeah, right here.
Spot.
Right here in front of this door.
Matter of fact, I think that's my hair grease.
Right here in front of this door. It could have all ended right here.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I again hold this. I again want to say.
Oh, you have no idea.
We are so happy that you are alive and well.
Man,
and
I'm telling you.
Like I said, we came back and we were very worried about you. We didn't know if you were going to make it or not.
They were telling me.
They literally, they're like, we can't tell you nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I don't care if what, like, have his wife call me, something. Yeah. Like, I need to know.
That's
like,
what my boss told me. He was like,
I was like, I got to know something. I was like, I don't care who calls.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, they finally did tell me that. Like, it was like the 8th or 9th time I come in, they're like, it ain't good. And I'm like, oh, dear.
It was every step of the way until I finally started getting up it was bad. On top of, having the aortic dissection, then going into a coma, then having the stroke, then having the lungs collapse. It was every single time they turned around, something was coming for me.
Right.
You know, and only thing I could do is God held my head.
But you had the Lord looking out for
That's
you.
it.
You had your wonderful 7 children, and
Oh yeah, all my kids came. You know,
your great wife right there, stand beside you.
Yeah, my wife. She didn't leave the hospital for probably a couple weeks. You know, 'cause, I mean, she wouldn't leave. You know,
Which if now, I don't know if you know this
she'd
now.
leave. No.
Now she'd have no choice. They wouldn't let her in.
Oh yeah, and
Now they won't
that
even
was
let
the
you
worst
in
part
now.
because when the whole COVID-19 took over, I was alone
Right.
in the hospital. You know, and I'm of course, you know, I'm a man. I'm a strong. I look like a strong man.
Right.
Man, I was sitting there crying. I'm lonely. You know, I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen.
You
know.
can't see your wife. You can't
Yeah.
see your kids. You're
I
sick.
I
You
got
know
all
what I
the-
mean? You're down and
keep
out.
I keep getting pictures and letters and phone calls, and you know, it's not enough. I want to see somebody besides these doctors telling me I can't go home. You know, but you know, just I guess pure will to live and the God's strength that put me through. That's it. That's the only thing I can say to people. You know,
Yeah.
don't take it for advantage. That's it. Life
Yeah.
is so precious because you never know when your life is done. That's it. You know, I would have never thought in 10,000 lifetimes that morning I was gone.
Right.
You know, and if somebody wouldn't have been here, like what if it had been 10 minutes earlier? What if it had been 10 minutes after? You know, I don't know. No one knows. You know?
Right.
And
it's like I was telling my wife one day. I said, not a lot of people walk up and down the sidewalk. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people walk up and down the sidewalk. So it was really kind of something that I happened to be here right when you yelled out for the help, because like I said, it could have very well been, that there was no, like you said, no one there to help.
No, yeah.
So
and I just every day I get up and thank the Lord, that I have this gift to be able to breathe again. See my children. My youngest is 4 years old. My oldest is 22. So, from that age range, all my children coming down, that's a lot. You know what I mean? And it was a struggle. Trying to get everyone to clear me to come back to work. We hit hard times, but we got over it. Everything happened for a reason. It turned me into a better person. I learned how to calm down. I used to drink a lot. Don't drink at all no more, which I miss. Don't get me wrong. I do miss that sometimes. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to stop altogether. I stopped drinking. What has it been? Probably 7-8 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I drink maybe once a year, maybe twice. Just New Year's. I like New Year's. Have a little.
Yeah.
Christmas too. I like a little champagne.
I have it.
So.
I have to take every precaution I can now.
Right.
I just can't. I can't risk it. Just the thought of one drink. Like countering my blood thinners, and then something happened to my mechanical valve. I don't know.
And another thing with drinking is when you're on medications and stuff like that, a lot of those medications and alcohol just do not mix.
Yeah. So it's just like, okay, not even a small sacrifice. That's not even a thing in my mind. Like I said, I do miss it. I miss having a beer after work.
Right.
But at the end of the day, who cares? I'm still breathing. I'm alive. And
so you wouldn't sacrifice that beer for your life?
No,
right?
Not at all, not one bit. Because it gave this chance that I got, this gift that God had let me have again. It brought me close to my wife, my family, my mother, and everyone in my family. Brought our whole family back together. Nobody, like I said, nobody in a million years would have thought something like me. I mean, no medical history. I was never sick. I had nothing. I've never had to be hospitalized for anything. And then next thing you know, one day getting phone calls saying, hey, you might want to come say your final goodbyes.
Yeah.
And to someone as young as me,
they'd be like, hey, what do you mean final goodbyes? I just sent him to work.
Yeah. And that's what my wife said, when she was calling and blowing up my phone, and finally a nurse picked up and said, is this his wife? She said yes. And she's like, you may want to get down here as fast as possible because it's not looking good.
But everything did turn out good.
Yeah, everything did turn out good. It was a struggle. It was, but at the end of the day, leading up to this point, it was worth it. I wouldn't change a single step in that day. It changed my life forever. As far as, like this, trying to eat healthy, this and this and this, but it turned me into a better person. You know, as far as, you know, like my relationship, my lifestyle, my everything. You know, it changed.
Changed you all around as a human being.
You know, just, it's like I walked out of the fire, you know, with not an ash on me. And it was great. You know, it's a great feeling to have, to know that you wake up every day and get this new chance every single day. You know, and not too many people got that chance, you know, but I did. So I'm thinking that just like everyone else tells me, I'm here for a reason.
Right.
You know, it's got to be something, you know, and I got to make it worth it every day. I can't waste it.
Well, we are now here at the Walmart. We are going to look for Aaron a hood and just do a little browsing, see what we can get into. Should be fun and exciting. Get your mask up. Let's go. Well, we got out of the Walmart and Aaron's got his new hoodie on. Now it's time to go to the Albertsons. This is the bracelet that Kat got me for saving Robert's life. It's solid steel. Just wanted to go ahead and show you that, and it's got a little skull on it right there, which, you know, as you guys know, I'm really big into skulls. And so just want to go ahead and show you guys that. Well, thank you so much for coming on this vlog. I hope you guys really enjoyed hearing Robert's story. It was boy, it was something. All I did was make a phone call, but I'm glad that I made that phone call, because had I not, he would not be here today. And I am glad that I was able to help him, his wife, and their 7 children.
Yes.
Boy, that is a lot.
There's 7 children.
And you know, it's Martin Luther King Day that we decided to record this, and it leads me to remember a Martin Luther King quote. The time is right to do what is right. The time was there. I did what I was supposed to do, and they saved his life. Thank you so much for coming on this vlog with us. I hope you guys had a great time. We'll see you next time.
Top vloggers out.